Now, people sent me these videos over the weekend. One, I think is actually, I don't even know if both of them are not, lunatics, but let's play the one that calls himself the president. Republic of Biafra. He's talking about Lagos State. Just play 2 videos. Around people to sue me. I don't know how there's always a new madman in town. Take a listen to this, please.
Chairman, these are the people we know as Zionists, and they have been gone. Now we have stopped America from rigging Nigeria election. Therefore, you have won in Jesus' name. So whatever the situation is at the moment now, we are in the selling crew. Can you say amen? Now the selling crews, why? The power they have been using against us, we have taken it from them. Now look at what they are doing in our people in Lagos. They are burning our property, our business, saying that we won't vote in Lagos. That Lagos now belongs to Yoruba and no more Igbo. But when Sir Louis Adimegwu was building Lagos in the 1940s and the 1950s, where were the Yoruba? When Sir Louis Adimegwu built the Lagos Seaport, the Apapa Seaport, and Tinker Island, Sir Louis Adimegwu built it. Where were the Yoruba? When Sir Louis Adimegwu bought the Nigerian Stock Exchange in Lagos, where were the Yoruba? When Sir Louis Adimegwu built Nigeria Central Bank, where were the Yoruba? In 1956, when the Queen of England came to Nigeria in Lagos, who provided the limousine to carry her? Sir Louis Adimegwu. Igbos built Lagos with our commerce, our trade, and our industry. It was only in 1970, after the end of the war, that Obasanjo would seize Lagos and give it to the Yoruba. And even though the company they took from us, Yoruba still managed it. They spent all of them in party and everything. Now the people man have built himself again, they are now burning our properties in Lagos. But under the power of Zion, May 30th, they are going to reverse it in Jesus' name. I know what I'm telling you. I'm there with them 24 hours a day. America says yes, man, to them. And I see the Zionists. And I will go now. Can you say amen? And I will go now. I want. Is that people? I want. So, this is where we are today, brothers and sisters. You have done well. Eat them there on our Jesus. Natch. You never say Nanak, nah, Jesus. If you put a Briala, nah, Jesus. And you miss Briala, Briala, this is offended. Before ladies, nah, Jesus. We have won in Jesus' name. We are telling the people that matters most are the Americans.
You know, a lot of people sent me this video. I didn't watch it at all. This is the first time I'm hearing what he's saying. That's why my mouth was open. What? I mean, this is news to me that Louis Odumegwu built Lagos, built the central bank, built the stock exchange, built the Apapa port. I mean, practically built the palace, built the road that we're working on, built the sky, built the river, the lagoon, the ocean. Louis Odumegwu built everywhere. Where were the Yoruba? You two Yoruba people, where were you when this his version of Louis Odumegwu when the man was building all these things? Where were you? If you think that was bad, this one I heard the first 30 seconds and I was like, you know what, I don't have time. We'll listen to it together, because I was actually very busy. I had the headset on, so I couldn't remove it to listen to everything. But 30 seconds, I feel we should listen to everything together. So this one, the first bit I heard, I know this one is madness. This is madness. And to be honest, Buhari was right. Buhari was right. If you have any plans to start psychiatric hospitals, please consider the Southeast. With all due respect to the good people of the Southeast, I really think you need the services of psychiatrists. I mean, in parts of the Southeast. This one says Odumegwu built Apapa, built Central Bank, built Why talking about that psychiatric thing I heard? This one I think is even worse. Take a listen, please.
Imi is nose in Igbo. In Yoruba is Imu. Ile is tongue in Igbo. In Yoruba is Ale. What is gini in Igbo? In Yoruba is gini. Okute is stone in Igbo. In Yoruba is okuta. Ewu in Igbo is goat. In Yoruba is ewure. I can go on and on and on to tell you that what Yoruba is speaking today is corrupted Igbo. Yoruba man is the biggest challenge of an Igbo man, not even an Hausa man. They are the biggest rivalry the Igbo man has.
Why is this so?
So the prince committed that sacrilege. He was chased out from the Oba's palace. He never took over from that Oba. So he migrated and found himself to the present location known as Ile Ife today. Ulo Ife. Ulo Ife. Ile is Ulo. That is house where something took place and happened. Now, with the Dahomey women that he fought with, he married so many of the Dahomey women, which corrupted the language of Igbo. Today, in Yoruba language, ono is mouth, eno. In Igbo is ono. Eti is ear in Yoruba. In Igbo is nte. Imi is nose in Igbo. In Yoruba is imu. Ile is tongue in Igbo. In Yoruba is ale. What is gini in Igbo? In Yoruba is kini. Okute is stone in Igbo. In Yoruba is okuta. Ewu in Igbo is goat. In Yoruba is ewure. I can go on and on and on to tell you that what Yoruba is speaking today is corrupted Igbo. Corrupted Igbo. And I speak Yoruba fluently. I can tell you to clap your hands. Ekwatewo in Yoruba. Ekwatewo, ekwatewo. Kwa na aka. Clap your hands. Say me, will say, people will say omi, which is water. Will say me from my own tongue. Me. This one will say omi, which is water. So you can see that Igbo man spreads across the entire globe. So that was what happened. At the point of moving out, the so-called Oduduwa, he was given a mark. Igbo man, the week in Igbo cosmology is 8 days, not 7. We have Nkwanta, Nkuku, Ekenta, Ekuku, Orienta, Oriuku, Afonta, Afuku, making 8. He was given a mark, Nkwo, Eke, Orie, Afo. Nkwo, Eke, Orie. That's the original Yoruba mark. To be able to identify him wherever you see him, never to have something to do with him. I want to believe that is the anger of the Yoruba man against Igbo today. We have gone deep down to investigate why the Yoruba man is too much angry about we the present ones here. I get what I'm saying. Now that was what happened. Now his cap, as I'm wearing my red cap, this original Igbo identified red cap. That kingship in the entire Nigeria, were the only Igbos are the only kings that have their caps standing erect. Don't think that Yoruba man wearing that cap is wearing. You think it's fashion? It's not fashion, because for the fact that that prince committed that crime, his cap was fallen. It's not a fashion, but today people think it's fashion. Most of their obas, you see them, their cap is not standing. But the Igbos, you see the kings, you see their cap standing. That was what happened. And look at the mark. We have one single mark identifying us, or two at worst. That is Igbo mark. That is to know who we are. So whether the Yoruba man, the Oni of Ife have said it that they are Igbos. That's the truth. You can't take it away from him. So that's why we're being hated. We didn't ask them to commit the sacrilege they committed at the time they committed it. We didn't ask the Yorubas to commit it. They said the Oba or the Oduduwa fell from heaven to be able to cut you off from the real history. But we're living with you today.
So that you don't investigate his origin.
So they don't investigate his origin. How can somebody fall from heaven? Then ask them, what is the meaning of Oduduwa? What is the meaning in Yoruba? It has no meaning. But in Igbo, it has meaning, Oduduwa. Because in a prince like you, come on, do Shinumpo. Come do the Punga, Odudu Mweze, Odudu Nefe, Lepe Mweze, and Kwako Oduduare. Come on, do the Punga, also. Odudu Mweze. Odudu Wa. Alone, you Odudu Mweze. Okay, okay, fair. Hey, Chineke, hi, Odudu Wa. Hi. Then I call it Odudu Wa. It has no meaning. If we talk about Orameni, all those type of things they're talking about, Oduduwa.
I'm a Christian, but wallahi, you can't so one more in wallahi talai. They should find rope and tie these ones. These are mad people. You know when Nnamdi Kanu says mad people everywhere, he's right. He's right. These are mad people everywhere. Where do I begin? Let's start with the cap. That cap is from Turkey. The red cap that he's talking about is from Turkey. The winter cap, the other one, that's from the British. Jesus is Lord. Said the reason we are bending our cap is because of somebody did sacrilege. Your father's people are the ones committing sacrilege. What kind of rubbish is this? Because Omi sounds like me. There's something called the Niger-Congo family of languages, right? There's Niger-Congo. We are all in the same. So Edo. Family of languages. How does that mean that Yoruba language is the distorted version of Igbo? Which Igbo? Which one? This is madness, oh. And at this point, I think we should really take things seriously. Like it's an epidemic, and it's not the kids. And this clown of a man talks about Oduduwa. He did not fall from heaven. The idea of Oduduwa descending from heaven is a myth of origin. It's not the history of how he got to the earth. But you would not know because you have nothing like that where you come from. The latest ideation or iteration of the myth is actually a recent invention that talked about, is it Rianu Wamaka or whatever the woman's name, husband and wife descending from heaven together. That's the Igbo myth. That's why when Igbo say that Oduduwa fell from heaven, I'm like, don't you know you're insulting your own ancestors? Because Oduduwa was the man that came from, let's even say he came from heaven. Okay, in your own case, both the husband and the wife fell from heaven. What's this madness? Why do you feel the need to always attach yourself? And I've said this several times in case you were not here. The Igbo who are from Ife are not the Igbos of the Southeast. That's literally the reason I spell Igbo as IBO. It's not because I disrespect. I do that intentionally because it's like something is wrong with some people. Are there Igbo from Yoruba land? Yes. Do they have anything to do with people in the Southeast? No. The Igbo are also called the Ugbo. They still have their compound in Ife. I am from Ife. See, I get very, I don't even know where I'm even calm today. Normally I would have I get, what's the word now? I just get nauseated when I hear these clowns talk nonsense. There is a place in Ife that is Ile Ife. The Igbo are also Ugbo, and they are Yoruba people, but they're not Igbos. And even the Igbos, even if they spell their name as IGBO, they still don't pronounce it like Igbo. They never use the word Gbo. They don't use B. One is aggressive, and that's not what theirs is. They call it, and I've said this, if you read the book by G.T. Baston, Among the Igbos of Nigeria, he said, and he's correct, that the closest way to actually spell the word as it is pronounced is Ibwo, is Igbo. And I studied Igbo in secondary school. And I've said several times, I had A1 in Igbo. I'm not a native Igbo speaker, but it's a flex, right? It was Junior Wagsha, that was in the 90s, but it's a flex. It's Igbo, right? The thing about it is the language, the people, they are not pronounced, they are not Igbo. They are Igbos from Ife. The Igbo are also the Ugbo. Like I always say, in Yoruba land, we have different dialects. Central Yoruba land will use U. Northern will use I. Ule will be Ile. Ushu will be Ishu. Ugbo will be Igbo. It's the same thing. And many of them, apart from those who are still in the compound in Ife, many moved to a place called Ugbo today in Ilaje area. They are Ilaje people now. Then Ondo State. They have nothing to do with people from the southeast. So all this thing about the president says something, the Oni says something, whatever the Oni says can only apply if you are discussing Yoruba. It can only, and by the way, kings are not necessarily historians. Kings are not chroniclers, they are not historians. And whatever Igbo Baba may be referring to has to be the Igbos of Village. It cannot be folks of, we don't have anything in common. The only thing that probably will bring us close will be the Benis. And the relationship between you and Bini is not, you are not even peers. If and Benin are not peers, his father is like man and grandchild, but his family. You and Benin, you're not even family, it's different, and I don't want to mention it. The relationship between Benin and Igbo is not even family. Yoruba and Benin, at least the palace, the relationship between Yoruba, particularly our source Ife, and Benin is family. Especially we were talking about the palace and some of the chiefs and some of the families in Benin. We are family. The relationship between Benin and Igbo is not even family. It's not good. I don't want to mention what it is. So if we ever had any connection, it will be through Benin, because they are the ones between, and we don't share borders with these people now. You know, somebody said something, I said, do you know what is nyon ni Yoruba? What is nyon in English language? You know, I have an elderly man who did linguistics in the 1960s. I mean, he finished uni in the 1960s. He used to say something about how all languages in the world connect. By the time you listen to people like that, you know these ones don't know what they're talking about. What is nyon? Is yon? Does that mean we are connected? Because I say nyon, he say nyon. Therefore, there's something that connects us. It doesn't. Are we part of the same language? I mean, linguistic tree? Yes. And the dispersion was probably have happened. I mean, whatever, the differentiations would have happened maybe thousands of years ago. I'm your brother as much as I'm the brother of a Zulu man in South Africa. I might even claim that one because I think he has a better understanding of how life works. Nigeria is Nigeria man carry by on your long. Baba, God bless you. Everybody says Baba. Almost all languages have either Baba or Papa to be father, including the English language that has father, and Mama to be mother. So apparently, I mean, all of us are from the same language now. But if you break it down, yes, we are the Niger Congo, you know, language family. But that doesn't mean that somehow we are. And by the way, what is this thing? You must be very, very small to always constantly attach yourself to other groups. And it's not just Yoruba. We're just the latest. By the way, it's also a sign that you are higher if you're Yoruba. So don't get too angry. you are higher. It's only the higher group that they attack. It's like a parasite. Is the one that has something of worth is the one they attach themselves to. And it's not just us. I'll play a few videos. Just listen to, I don't know if you can call this funny. I mean, it's funny. I could laugh. But sincerely, I think it calls for concern. There is mental problem. Real mental problem, in some parts of Nigeria. And you hear it from people. You can hear it when, the uneducated are speaking. And those who are educated as well, they sound exactly the same way, just like the clown who just finished speaking. They were from Israel, they have something to do with Egypt. They're from all over the place. Yoruba is a recent one, but let's listen to a few of their origin stories. Take a listen to this one about America. It's a very fantastic thing, it's very deep. Take a listen.
You ask anybody, the name America is an Igbo name. America is an Igbo name. The real meaning is Emerigomunka. Ask anybody, the founder of America is a black. No matter what is taking place today, and that will take us back. You ask anybody, the name America is an Igbo name. America is an Igbo name. The real meaning is Emerigomunka. Ask anybody, the founder of America is a black. No matter what is taking place today, and that will take us back. You, the English people, said civilization started in Africa. Yes, it started here. When you read the Bible very well, when you find out that before they get to that place where Israel is dwelling today, the tribe of God has a place for them, their children and their people. They didn't get to the Israel with the people. They fight and get to the place. Now, that will take me to another place, because we keep there. Why we say this is that when they wrote Bible, we are not there. But when you see that from Genesis to Malachi, it's our history and it's our tradition.
I want to make sure that I understand you.
Yeah.
You said that place, Israel. When you say Israel, what area you're talking about? Where is this Israel?
Israel is now where people are living now as Israel now. But the original Israel is here. I told you, go and do your research. Since the creation of the world,
yes,
this place you are living has never been destroyed.
Wait. You go here plenty. So we have America now, we have Israel, and someone says go and verify exactly, go and do your research. Anyway, let's keep listening to so that you see they attach themselves to any small group. Now only so take a listen to another one, please.
The woman named called Bo, who gave birth to Irupa. Irupa, the one that ruled Europe. Yeah, Europa is all.
Europa, okay.
Irupa is the woman's name. The grandmother's name is Bo. The woman named called Bo, who gave birth to Irupa. Irupa, the one that ruled Europe. Yeah, Europa is all.
Europa, okay.
Irupa is the woman's name. The grandmother's name is Bo. The woman's name. The grandmother's name is Bo.
Whoever put that soundtrack there, Jesus, my brain won't blow. Whoever put that in there, may God forgive that person. I think they make me laugh. Be that. Said you might be Bo. You might become Europa. One more time, because you have to let the history sink in. You guys must learn history today. We all must learn a lesson. Take a listen again, please.
The woman named called Bo, who gave birth to Irupa. Irupa, the one that ruled Europe. Yeah, Europa is all.
Europa, okay.
Irupa is the woman's name. The grandmother's name is Bo. The woman named called Bo.
You never finish show. I won't give you somebody. This one is educated. They speak very, very good English. You go here and that. So you don't hear Israel. You don't hear America, Emerigonka. I have to learn very well. Emerigonka. Now you are hearing Europa. There's another one. This one is deep. This one is speaking English. Take a listen to, the man. This guy is definitely lost, by the way. But I mean, who are we? Take a listen.
Several volumes of the book, you will see that the 360 pharaohs, we call them in Igbo, Eferoha, your worship, of the people. We are all Igbos. They were the people who built the pyramids. They were the people who invented writing. They were the people who invented the battery circuits. I show it in the book. I actually show typical battery circuits which were invented then. I actually show the aeroplane with perfect tetrahedral structure, which has been tested by companies like Lockheed Martin. The models, they have been put in a wind tunnel and they fly. So that means even today's technology, even with the today's technology, the engineers have not even achieved this level of perfection as we speak. So the Igbos really were the kings of ancient Israel. They were the pharaohs. They were the people we know as Carthaginians, and then some of them are known as Phoenicians.
Are we learning the fundamentals of the history? Okay, has it finished? No, just a couple more. So now we have Egypt. They are the ones, they are the pharaohs. Okay. When somebody say, are they lost? I'll answer that question later. But more just listen to one or two more. Totally confused group. Take a listen to this.
Not a New Yam festival. It is to mark the killing of our Lord Jesus Christ, Emmanuel. He was crucified right here in Owerri, where? At Ugwekwe Marugo. Ekwe Oma Aru Ogo, the skull shrine of the abomination of the district. But the mistransliteration led to Ekwe Marugo. But Ekwe, skull, Oma, temple, Aru Ogo, the skull shrine of the abomination of the district. So to mark that crucifixion, the leaders from time immemorial, who were the people who led his crucifixion, right here, mark it and remember it in an annual celebration to mark this sorrow of the crucifixion of the person Owerri called Manuelu. Manuelu is somebody that came from above, which you call in English Emmanuel. Now, what had happened here was that at about the time Christ was born, right here in Owerri, and he was called Manuel, the leaders, his own people, did not trust what he was saying, that he was the Son of God. Well, they said, well, we know you walk with your father. The father was called Onyo Jeson Afo, Joseph. And they had a shop on this Ekonwa Street here. You call it Ekonwa Street, but the correct thing is Eke Ono Wa Osisi. Eke Ono Wa Osisi. The marketplace, the Eke marketplace where he split wood, because he had a shop at the junction of Ekonwa and Ihenacho Street. That whole area is called Orubunjamanze. That's what it's called. Orubunjamanze, that is not correctly called, is the...
Hey, we must learn the lesson. Hey, Manuel, what did they call the man? What did they call the man? I need to hear that one. I won't remember.
Of our Lord Jesus Christ, Emmanuel. He was crucified right here in Owerri, where? At Ugwekwe Marugo. Ekwe Oma Aru Ogo, the skull shrine of the abomination. But the mistransliteration led to Ekwe Marugo. But Ekwe,
oh, so Emmanuel is Ekwe Marugo. And now became Emmanuel. Wow. What a wonderful historian clown. Wow. What's one more? One more.
So I need to go now. So okay. Jesus is a Nigerian.
Yeah, Jesus is a Nigerian.
So which part of Nigeria?
From Igbo. I'm from Igbo.
Which part of Igbo?
Imo State.
Imo State.
Imo State. Where? It's a Mbocho Ozaram Bochimbise.
Oh, okay.
Ozaram Nduhu Ozaram Bochimbise. Imo State.
So it's good to hear Jesus is from Nigeria.
Jesus is from Nigeria.
And Jesus is coming back through you.
Yes.
You are Virgin Mary.
I was the Virgin Mary.
You are the, Jesus.
And the mother of Jesus. Jesus, God is from Nigeria. Well, and the mother of Jesus and the mother of Jesus. God have made me to know that I'm the mother of Jesus. This revelation have been coming to me since 2015. I've gotten several revelations about it.
Jesus is from Nigeria.
Well, Jesus was born through me over 2,000
Oh, through you?
Through me, yes. He's the Virgin Mary. I was the Virgin Mary.
You were the Virgin Mary?
Yes, according to the revelation I'm getting, he made me to know that I was the Virgin Mary.
Oh.
And Jesus is coming through me again in this earth.
Oh.
In this time.
Okay.
Jesus is going to reincarnate.
Through you?
Through me, by the grace and mercy of God and the will of God. That's what God has chosen me to do.
Oh, okay.
And he will come here and be born here. And the way
Sincerely, I feel pity for this lady. I mean, she's a lady. Maybe that's why. The other ones have been giving us boldness of Emery Gonka. Because at this point, how many places have we been today? We've been to America. We've been to Europe. We visited Egypt, Cabo. We also went to Israel. And we've seen that these are people from different parts of the world. But so when you hear that now they are now from Ife. Oh yes, thank you, Lola. We also hear from Ife. So we've heard Israel, Egypt, America, Europe, and Ile Ife. If you notice, they don't attach themselves to any small group. It has to be higher than them, which is true, to be honest. Civilization, history, everything. It's the fact. That much I can confirm. But here's the issue. This may look cool to folks. Oh, the one in Japan, I'll find that one. I will find that Japan. I'll find it. Folks, maybe you guys don't see it as anything serious, but sincerely, this is madness. There's some of you in the comment section typing rubbish. This is madness. But I'm going to play that Japan stuff. I'll find it now. Play you something from an honest priest who is actually, I mean, I've learned this a while back, but I think it's important to listen to it. This is the reality. Well, partly there's another one. Maybe we'll get to that. Who knows? There's something folks are running away from, and what they're running away from is their real history. Let me just play something to you from one of the priests from the East. Take a listen, please.
In the 17th century, I've told this story many times, because that we don't have a historical approach to our problems. In the late 17th century, the Jukun put pressure on the Igalas on the northern border and pushed the Igala southwards. And the Ata of Igala, the ruler of Igala, was a very powerful man, and he moved southwards. And when the Ata of Igala moved southwards, he conquered most of northern Igbo land, from Mbaneki Igbo Nsukka now, right down to Asaba. And the Ata of Igala used religion as an instrument of colonization. It was religious colonialism. He introduced his priests until about 50 years ago. No bundi gara na batama, mo bundi gara na biechi hatama. Malile don saka uno bondonna. Go and research. Malile shin sakash, non in sakashi gara. Most of them, except Enyangwe Zeshitoka Abiama, no kukechi ezechi Abiama. Enyangwe Zeshitoka na nagoya no tobo, o kukena nagoya ni mulo. Go and research. You are fathers. Mandos all Arabia, Odo by an evil cult. Omabe Akatakpa. Okay, all those ones were parts of the 9 royal masquerades of the Ata that he used to enforce discipline and collect taxes. In Azano Bominal, Amutari Amuta. And the police is now doing the work that Oriokpa and Akatakpa we are doing before. What are they still doing here? Present Atai of Igara, the present Atas are Christians. Ata lagde, Burundu Bay lagde, and Nando Chufunanya Ata Igara and the Bay Bundocha. The colonial masters and the Christian missionaries redeemed us from the slavery of the attire of Hagar and his men. But up till now, the royal masquerades that he used to terrorize us are still in Nsukka.
That is true. Parts of Igbo land were colonized by Igala. And the thing is this, it gets worse, by the way, but I'm not going to talk about it today, at least not yet, until, of course, I see people in the comment section. You might make me say it, but you can't make me say anything. I will say it if I think it's necessary, because your stupidity, I've noticed it, but thank you very much for being here. What is said about being conquered, that's true, but it gets worse. It gets worse. Here's the issue, right? The history is not so cool, but it is what it is. I think we should just be happy with their history rather than run around the place trying to change it. And one of the people who are trying to change history is this man, who, like his brothers who have been to Europa and Amerigonka, he has a different idea. I think he's fantastic, by the way, but take a listen, you might like it. You just might. Take a listen, please.
Japanese government said they are interested, I have to come. Because the first time I told the people that the Igbo people gave back to Japan, they said I am crazy. I shut my mouth. Later, Japanese government said they are interested, I have to come. Because when I got there, I am going to show them why the Japanese answer names like Ogwejofo, Ngozeka.
The Japanese?
Yes. If you go to Kanagawa in Japan, you see that the Igbo people gave back to Japan. When I told them that the Igbo people gave back to the Harappan and the Dravidian civilization of India, people said I am crazy. But when I pointed Igbo things in India, in Hindu, in Sanskrit, everybody shut up. I asked them, why was the Ibuku report a zoom from Ibuku bearing Sanskrit writings on the body? Because the Igbo people introduced Sanskrit. But the problem is this: you have been made to believe, not know. You get my point? Someone belittled your heritage and told you that your history started from slavery, not knowing that your ancestors has been here for more than 1.6 million years. You get my point? Now, there are things I will begin to ask you now. You sound so gibberish. If you say that Abraham or Adam and Eve are the first man on earth, right? How old is your Bible story? Approximately 6,000 years, right?
Yes.
There is a pyramid in Indonesia, 27,000 years. Where was Adam when that pyramid was built?
And that pyramid is still there.
Still here. There is a pyramid in Giza, more than 6,000 years. Where was Adam? The Sude pyramid, how many thousand years if they carbon date it? Right? The Ibuku report, the Okigwe evidence, the Legend Soka evidence, Legend Soka, where we've been smelting iron as at 4000 BC, before Common Era, BCE. So where was Adam when all these things?
The truth is, it's just a bunch of jokers that don't know what they're talking about. And there's an elder, from time to time, we might just have one person like in the grossest of darkness. I don't know the word to use. When everything is pitch black, no matter how dark it gets, right? Sometimes you just find this flicker of light. And I found one, and I thought I should share with you. Just 30 seconds. It's a flicker of light in this darkness of lies. Here's an elder who was asked a simple question: where are Igbos from? And he had this fantastic answer to provide. Take a listen to this, please.
In your own word and in one statement, where do the Igbos come from? I know there are many ideas. Yes. Where would you say they come from?
I don't know where they come from.
Okay, you don't know where they come from.
But there are many speculations, many fairy tales. If you fancy any of them, I'll start reading them off to you. But I think we are trying to be scientific, realistic, rather than romantic and...
Okay, thank you very much, OON. You can get me.
That man just told the truth. He doesn't know. And that's more honorable. If you don't know, then you begin to, look for the real answers. But if they're from all over the place, one is from here, the other is from here. By the way, you can choose wherever you want to come from. Wherever you want to attach yourself to attach. But please stop this Yoruba farming. And all this started because of the bold clown who put out a video talking about how Yoruba words sound like Igbo words, and then in his corrupted, I don't even, let me not insult the clown, because again, clown is the highest I usually go when I want to talk to people, because I'm not going to say the same way. In case he hears it and I feel so bad, he may want to end it. Anyway, take a listen to it. In case you're not here in the beginning, take a listen, please.
Imi is nose in Igbo. In Yoruba is Imu. Ile is tongue in Igbo. In Yoruba is Ale. What is Gini in Igbo? In Yoruba is Kini. Okute is stone in Igbo. In Yoruba is Okuta. Ewu in Igbo is goat. In Yoruba is Ewure. I can go on and on and on to tell you that what Yoruba is speaking today is corrupted Igbo.
I can't listen to more than that right now, because it's just stupidity. Yoruba is speaking corrupted Igbo. They developed everywhere. Oduduwa has some. How can Oduduwa have something to do with you? 1,000 years ago, he was building city-states. 200 years ago, you were not even clothed. It is well. People should be proud of where they're from, wherever you're from. I found something. I don't think it's time to talk about it. I don't know. It's a lot better that way. We leave matter for matters, but make it very clear. There are Igbos who are Yoruba, be Igbo, or Ugbo are Yoruba people. They are in Ife. They're also in a place called Ondo State. There are Ilaje people today. There's a Ilaje subgroup of Yoruba people. Just like you have Ijesha, and you have Ijebu, and they're all Yoruba. You also have Ilaje, and they're Yoruba. And of those Ilaje, you have the Mai, and you have the Igbo, or Ugbo. They are different from the Igbos of the southeast. Igbos are not Yoruba. We don't speak the same language. By the way, if you're looking for a language that's actually very close to Yoruba, it's Igala. It's Igala. If an Igala person is speaking, you will know what they are saying. Of course, at the surface level. Case in point, when it greets Ola Ane, Ane is Ale. Even the title of the king, Oloja, Onoja. Oloja is one of the titles of king in Yoruba. Ebipami, Epo. They talk about, or we have things, but even although the language is Yoruboid, they still have respect. Let alone somebody who is now, say, Atamo, I call Omi, you call Miri, I call water, you call Tawa. You are now looking for a way to mix everything. I beg, go and sit down. Go and sit down. Everybody will be all right, but this is getting out of hand. And my last statement on this thing is this. Government in the Southeast really needs to do something about psychiatry. They have to get very, very serious. A lot of people are running mad. They wear suits, speak English. This one's talking about the fact that he's wearing a cap and the cap is standing. That Yoruba people bend their cap because of a sacrilege. Sacrilege how? The cap he's wearing that he's talking, that cap is not even from their place. It's from Turkey. The other one is from the British. There's winter cap, the one for the Warren Chiefs, and then there's this one, that Turkey one that is red. To say that you now have one that is standing because you are Kinikon is just nonsense. But seriously, government needs to do something about it. People need to start visiting the psychiatry hospital. They need all the help they can get, and may God remember them, especially this as spokespeople. And if you are Igbo writing nonsense in the comment section, you have never said anything about the stupidity you are listening to from your people, but you are insulting me in the comment section. Whenever you get a mirror in your house, or even if you're looking into the water, you want to take a bath and you look at the water, if that person inside that water is the person you're talking to. Because most of you are just retards. I don't understand why you'd be insulting me. Because I'm saying that somebody said that from America. It's not even me. You're from America, you're from Japan, you're from Ife, you're from Israel, you're from Egypt. You are from nowhere. Actually, I'll say it this way. Let me recommend a book. Read Beyond Ethnic Politics by Okudiba Noli. He said some things about how you came to be. Not exactly, but a little about it. And then if you read the book by Joe Boko, he also mentions some things about it. By the time you put everything together, there's some other books, but start with that one. Yeah, the point is just find yourself, but leave us out of it. May God bless you and keep you. But sincerely, many are mad, but few are roaming.